guys, welcome to another video with Mel. Today I am doing a book review video. Only got a couple this time, only 5, so that's doing really well when you keep it on track at the moment. One of them I did make a video for, that was Paper Girls number 9. Unfortunately, the video has gotten corrupted, so I can't put that one up. So I'm doing another just little mini review of it. I didn't have that much to say about it anyway, so I thought we'll just talk about it on here and we'll add it in. So, first one we'll look at is Paper Girls number 9. Read this ages ago. I think this is a bit of a filler issue for me. There wasn't a lot for me in it. I mean, we've got the now 3 errands, which is starting to get really confusing, and we've got the field hockey stick, which is telling us not to trust one of the errands, and to get to the 4th folding now. With that, I'm still not sure what's going on in Paper Girls. I'm starting to get really confused, and I do like Paper Girls. I love the older Erin and how she acts. I do like normal Erin as well. I'm not sure about this clone one or future one or whatever she's meant to be. She confuses me. I'm guessing she's the one we're not supposed to trust, but unfortunately Mac and Tiffany are trusting her in this instance, and Erin is also going over to him. Going over to her. I like to find out that their sister Missy is now a pilot, which seems really cool, and we get to check in on her really quickly, if I can find the bit with Missy in it. Yeah, we get to check in on her and see her flying over, possibly near what might be the 4th folding. I think that's a bit interesting. So yeah, so that's cool. We've got Clone Erin telling them that they can't go to the 4th folding, that would be dangerous, and telling them they gotta go somewhere else entirely, and that makes me want to not trust her. I feel for Mac, because Mac is just like, just kill me, really, at this point. She really just doesn't feel like she belongs anymore. She just keeps making stupid mistakes and getting herself in situations where she's gonna get herself killed when, like, she's trying to get the monster, Tiffany to bring the monster over to her. If you don't get cancer someday, I mean, you're invincible now. It's like, yeah, very true. She might not be invincible. Yeah. So she needs to realize she's not invincible. It's an odd comic at the moment, and I'm not sure if I've just kind of started to go off of it, because I've loved it up to this point. I am very interested in this airship that's above, where Missy's flying. So that is interesting, and I think it might be something to do with the elders, and that would be cool if it is. I do like seeing all the rundown shops in the background as well. I think that's quite cool, seeing all these shops that are kind of gone already. So yeah, but it broke my heart when young Erin was saying that older Erin is crazy, and that broke my heart. You can see it in their eyes that they don't actually feel that way, but it's so hard. Yeah, it's sad that. And it's like, you can tell they're the same person because they would be hurt by that so much. We also have this new world that Clone Erin has opened up for us. And whether or not we go, who knows? I think they will end up going. I am unsure about this new world. I'm not sure if we should trust it or not. So, I don't know, Paper Girls. I think this is a bit of a filler, and we might get something very interesting next issue. I'm hoping, because we're at issue 10, and that, I would hope that'd be a big issue for them. We'll see, though. So yeah, so Paper Girls, if I was going to give a rating, this was not my favorite issue of Paper Girls by far, and that makes it really sucky to say. I'd say it's a 2 out of 5, and that's not great for Paper Girls at all. I'm not going to stop reading it, but I'm a little bit off of it this month. The last 2 months have not been great for me. Issue 6 was the last one I really loved, so it's been a while, and I'm hoping it improves again. I trust them to get it back in order, I hope. Okay, the next one I read is Kim and Kim number 2. Kim and Kim is a comic about 2 bounty hunters. One of them is transgender. which is really cool because there aren't a lot of transgender comics, so that's cool. I like the illustration style inside. Look at the very pretty way this girl is drawn. I love it. The other Kim's a bit more butt kicking. Really cool. Love her pink hair. It's a fun comic, and her dad is like kind of like a bounty hunter boss, so he's trying to control her through things, but it's not really working that well. But they're on the search for, who were they on the search for? I don't remember. If I look at the back of it, I will remember. Looking for Lady Babylon, and by the end of it, they do find her. So we got to find out more about Lady Babylon and how she is going to help our characters accomplish their goals. But it's quite a fun comic. I will be continuing. I think the next issue comes out this week, actually, so I've been holding on to it for a while. But yeah, should be a fun read. Okay, next one I read. I've had for ages and I haven't read, and now I'm regretting not reading it earlier because I could have picked up all the issues. It is coming out in trade this week, so I might pick up the trade, and that is Jonesy. I love this comic. It's so fun. It's not my favorite ever comic, but it's up there. I think it's a really fun comic. I love the way she's drawn. It's just a really fun way of doing it. This is an all-age comic as well, so it could be aimed at anybody that really likes comics. So the gist of it is that Jonesy is a teenage girl. I guess she's teenage. Yeah, she must be teenage. Yeah, she seems like teenage. That hates love and Valentine's Day. And that's where we start off. Everybody's getting stupid carnations, and she doesn't like it. Because if you don't get a carnation, then you're seen as a loser. If you get a white carnation, that's also a loser. Unless you get a pink or a red one, that's just not good enough. And all the other girls are getting really pretty ones, and she's not getting any, and it's sad for her, really. And there's really popular girls are getting like huge amounts of them, and she's just getting set back. And the interesting thing about Jonesy is Jonesy can make people fall in love, but not for herself, unfortunately, which I think is so awesome. And there is a section in here that made me laugh so much because it is so true to fangirl life. And it's a section where she's watching an anime and she says, I ship you both together, haha. And then they kiss, and she's like, it worked, I made them fall in love. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. Yeah, I love that bit. That made this comic for me. She also makes, like, this girl Susan, who's like the most popular girl in school. She makes everybody fall in love with Susan and give her carnations, so Susan gets totally overwhelmed because Susan wouldn't want this. And then after, like, she realizes that she's made a mistake and that the charity that they chose is like a ferret charity which Jonesy loves, and she decides to make them all love ferrets. That will give them lots and lots of money and take care of the ferrets. It's just really well written and really fun. They also had a preview in the back of Goldie Valance, which I'm also interested in reading. I didn't catch the first issues of this. I have looked through the preview though. I did enjoy what I saw the preview. So I might check that on trade as well, because I've been waiting a couple months and it's been like on my radar that I want to check it out. So for this one, I think I would give it, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. I did quite enjoy this one. Yeah, I think a 4 out of 5 is fair for it. Okay, then we have the newest issue of Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat. This is issue number 10. We've got both of her exes on the front cover, along with Squirrel Girl and Howard the Duck. Lots of good favorites on there. So this issue takes place mostly in a dream world for Patsy, which is considered to be hell for her. She sees her best friend She-Hulk, who is currently in a coma in the Patsy Walker series. I think she's come out of it in actual Civil War 2. I'm not sure. I haven't been reading up on it. I'm waiting for the trade for that one. But I think she's come out of it. Yeah. So, unfortunately, She-Hulk isn't very nice to her. It ends up turning into her worst enemy, which is Hetty, who has been stealing her likeness to put in comic books to sell. And she got the rights from Patsy's mother, who went crazy and sent her to hell, which is not a very nice thing, yeah. So, we go back to Patsy's original comic, really. I think it was called Patsy and Hetty. I have been looking them up earlier, which is in Centerville High School. And we just see her struggling through this alternative reality. In normal world, we have Jubilee trying to argue Patsy's case, trying to get her exes to reverse it, and realizing Hetty has used them both. There's a surprise there. So Patsy comes in contact with her ex-boyfriend, Buzz Baxter, who's now Mad Dog. And that was like her main squeeze when she was in there. And it's just so funny, he's like talking completely like in a 50s tone, and she's just like, yeah, we never talk like that. Making it up, and it's like, this is my mom's twisted Stepford version of my teens. Kids aren't perfect, they're messy and mean, and their skin is definitely never this good. It's so funny. Yeah, I love this. It's completely fourth wall stuff, and it's great. We have Hetty experiencing her marriage again. Not Hetty, Patsy. Why do I keep doing that? Patsy experiencing her marriage again. And finally, kind of finding her own way out of hell after coming in contact with her mother again, which probably was pretty hard for her if her mother sent her to hell. Yeah. And kind of having to accept that she's not perfect. The demon that's kind of running this hell for her kind of tries to trick her into coming into their side, but Patsy's too smart for the demon and tricks him into taking her home, which is smart. Yay! Good job, Patsy. So she gets home, and they beat up the demon, of course, with the help of Jubilee. And everything's back to normal for the present moment. Patsy is back to normal, but we've got some stuff happening in the background. I don't know who this is, actually. We've got evil woman in the background here. I don't know her name. She looks like she's gonna go and she's gonna be fighting with Patsy. It says, well, everybody's all fighting aliens each other. She's one of the few street level heroes paying enough attention to be a problem. She's biting my style. I think it's time we took her out. I think this person's called Cat something as well. They look like they're Cat something. I'm not sure. But yeah, she's referring to Civil War II and them all fighting at the moment. And the only ones even be left out of it are Patsy Walker and Squirrel Girl. So apparently they're not important to Civil War II. Who cares? They've got better comics anyway. So yeah, so Hellcat number 10. I definitely give it 5 out of 5. Really enjoyed this comic. Was a good romp through Patsy's past. We learned a little bit more about her background and the previous comics she'd been in, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed learning about the history of different superheroes. And then the last one I have is Civil War. This is the original Marvel crossover comic from not too long ago, when Civil War II is kind of like sequel to. And this is, if you saw the movie, you probably know more about it than I do, because I haven't seen the movie yet. I decided I wanted to read the comic first. I know, I'm a weird person. So we've got Captain America against Iron Man pretty much here. And it is about mutants being registered. And they don't want to be registered. And I actually went on the side of Captain America on this one. That I don't think you gotta be registered to be a hero. And I think that's horrible. Especially with some of the things that Tony ends up doing in this comic. Pretty much hunting down people to try and take away their powers or lock them up. We also got him working with villains to actually bring down the heroes, which is like, if you gotta go work with villains, you're definitely not on the right side of history, dude. But the problem I had with this comic, and this is a big spoiler, guys, so if you haven't read this or haven't seen the movie, big spoiler. I'm assuming the movie ends the same way. Why does Captain America just give up? It really bothered me. I was reading this comic. I was totally on Cap's side the whole time. And then we get to the end, and like he's fighting Tony, and he's about to win, and he's just like, and the civilians kind of like go and they stop him, And it's just like, we're not fighting for the people anymore. Look at us, we're just fighting. They're not interested in they're not arresting Captain America, they're arresting Steve Rogers. That's very different. And he's like, stand down, troops. It's like, what? What are you doing? What are you actually doing? They were hunting you like animals. It was horrible. And you're just like, yeah, everybody register. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. No, it's not okay. And I hated that ending. I thought it was really weak. It just seemed like they were writing the comic book and then they went, oh, well, we're going to run out of pages in like 4 pages. So give up. And that's it. And it's like, what are you even doing here? You made a really good argument about why they didn't need to be registered. You made me on the side of Captain America throughout the whole thing. And then you ruined it. It's like, why even bother writing something? It's going to ruin it like that. Such a disappointing comic. Really enjoyed it up to that point. Just, what? The ending was bad, guys. The ending was so bad. Style-wise, very nice. Enjoyed the actual style of it. Storytelling could have used a little bit more humor in it. I know it is a war, but really, do we have to have absolutely no humor? Probably not. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please check out my other videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Hey guys, Mel here. I really want you to subscribe, want you to subscribe, want you to click that button below. Subscribe.